All right, gold member. Don't play the laughing boy. There are only two things I can't stand in this world: people who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch.
What? Oh, yeah. We're back. Hello. ¿Cómo está? Bien? Sí. How we doing? How we feeling? How are we? It's Friday, and Liverpool still suck. Whoo! At least it's Friday, right? At least it's Friday. At least the weekend's around the corner. We got UFC 322 tomorrow. There are other things in life to look forward to, but unfortunately, I'm on a streak of going live. And so because I'm on a streak, I have to go until that streak ends, and then I can find some sort of normal schedule to stream. But until that point, I don't really have a choice. Otherwise, I lose my streak and therefore my purpose. That's a little extreme. Obviously not my purpose, but still, the point remains the same. There is still stuff to talk about, even though it's international break, but we're here. We're here to talk about said stuff. One of those being, isn't it shocking that every single one of our players goes on international break and they fucking murder it? Absolutely wild. Give me a second. It's just crazy to me. Just insane that our players, I mean, Ekitike looked unbelievable with France. Unbelievable. The dude was playing off the left. He was dropping deep. He was picking up the ball. He was running 60 yards. He was playing 1-2s with Mbappe. He was scoring goals. The man is coming out of his cocoon. He's coming out of his shell. Bro, motherfuckers act like Kirkez sucks. Suck my dick. If you think Kirkez is shit, fucking blow me. You're a fucking moron. If you think Milos Kirkez is a shit left back, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. I'm so fucking my patience is just so thin with how people are deciding to view this fucking football club. I mean, the amount of coping that I see in order to try to justify certain narratives. Why is it so hard for you to just remove your interest from the club? You see, maybe that's the difference between me and other people, is that the job that I do on a day-to-day basis to make a living forces me to remove my own opinion. It forces me to view things that I don't necessarily like, but I have to try to look through the eyes of someone who does like said thing. I have to remove myself, my thoughts, my emotions, and try to see something objectively. That's where I think most of these fucking morons on this platform can't possibly wrap their head around. View the football club without your self-interest. View the football club as though you aren't a fan and you're a rival. View the football club as if you are a cold, analytical killer. And it will open your mind to perspectives that you never even entertained before, and that's the problem. Big up Gucci. Hey, and you know what, Mirzan, how are you? How are you doing? Are you okay? Are you all good? How's your life? Is everything good? I hope you're well, brother. Thank you for asking. Lethabo. Hey, South Africa. South Africa. Yes, mate. South Africa. Yo, do you watch Kurt Kaz? I've been watching a shit ton of Kurt Kaz lately. I loved him like 4 or 5 years ago when he was doing shit in South America and Africa. But now he's doing this like whole Europe thing. He's fucking based. Big up. Shit, we alive. Had to go to the supermarket. Got this stupid ass Starbucks because I didn't want to make coffee. Tastes like milk water, but it's energizing me. I don't know if Wesley's here. You let me know. John, I respect your opinion. I respect your opinion, but here's the thing. Arne Slot had 2 weeks to change in between Crystal Palace and Manchester United. He didn't. Arne Slot had all the time in the world to change from Manchester United to Manchester City, and he did it for one game. So again, the same question that I asked Rax yesterday that he didn't answer was, what can you show me through the games played this season that demonstrates there is any possibility that he will entertain the notion of change besides Real Madrid? Hey, good luck in your project. I don't fucking know, dude. Anyone who will implement a solid style of play. Jared Bowen, what do you mean typical American, you fucking hammer? What do you mean typical American? Are you sitting there eating your mashed potatoes and peas with your side of goosed eel? Habosh. What do you mean typical American? Are you being xenophobic? Are you being xenophobic, Jared Bowen? Let me know. I think that if you're not expecting improvements, you don't like football. But I am wildly cautious. I will have zero expectations. That way, my expectations will be shattered no matter what. If I put my expectations on the floor, then they will get shattered, either further down or up. So I got no fucking expectations. But more than likely, we will not see any implemented change in the side against Nottingham Forest. My assumption is going to be it's going to be a sorry, I'm just texting my roommate. My assumption is going to be he'll change up the lineup and he'll change the formation on paper, but we won't see any implemented change in the areas that we need implemented change in, i.e., the midfield structure. I don't care what's happening at Real Madrid. I don't want that man near my football club. You look like a typical Englishman. Habosh. No. It can't be Arnie Slut. It can't be Arnie Slut. Because at least a slut enjoys getting fucked. But a cuck doesn't have a choice. Leave Jared Bowen alone, all right? Jared Bowen, listen, I know that you're not used to freedom of speech where you are, but this is a free country, and you can say whatever you want in my chat, bar racist words. So if you want to be whatever you want to be here, by all means, as long as it's within the confines of the YouTube terms and conditions, I ain't gonna sit here and police you over what your online comments are. See, this doesn't offend me, buddy. That's perfectly fine, John. You're explaining your opinion. You're explaining your opinion. That's okay. I don't see it the same, but we're allowed to disagree. This isn't a fucking echo chamber. I welcome discourse. I welcome disagreement. Hey, big up. Good evening to you, yes then. Although it's morning here, so good morning to me and good evening to you. I know, Abdelaziz, I know that you're being facetious here, all right? I know that you're trolling. Don't think that I can't see right fucking through you. I still can't determine if that's a real fucking photo. What do you mean crap attacking so-called lineup? I don't understand. Elaborate, please. I'm slot out until he changes to. Here's the thing. If he does a total fucking 180 and changes everything and implements it and we start getting results, I'll turn my mind around. I just think that the probability of that is quite fucking low. So I know that see MK, this is the whole thing. How does spending another 200 million solve anything? You know? What are we doing here? What are we fucking doing here? Big up Y4. Um Again, I go back to buddy, you're thinking way too far ahead. I don't even know what I'm gonna have breakfast for tomorrow. And you're thinking about who we're gonna play in the quarterfinals. Roll it back. Roll it back. Um yeah, same. You know what I mean. Um I don't really know what the intention of Arnie slot is, to be honest with you. I'm not sure it is to outscore the opposition because I don't see good attacking football. I am a Yank. Yes, Jared Bowen. I don't want to spend in January, bro. See, I can't answer this question because I don't want to fucking make signings. I don't want to add more problems. But if you held a gun to my head, I would say get me a winger and a center back. If you held a gun to my head, which I don't want you to anyway, but if you did, center back and a winger. Um, yeah, good luck. Good luck making that happen. Uh, Either way, back to the original point. Isn't it concerning that these guys all cook for their international teams, but then they don't cook for Liverpool? So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? Not anymore, listen, not anymore. I'm long past the days of the whole wake and bake. That's college me, all right? Smoked for like fucking 8 years. Haven't in 5. Uh, I haven't smoked since 2020. So, or actually 2021 was the last time I smoked. I'm past those days though. I don't know. Do people want me to do other topics? What other topics would you like me to do? Would you like me to read you the news? Um, you see, Randy, this is the difficult question because right now the basics and the fundamentals make zero coherent sense. So I can't possibly try to figure it out. I can't puzzle it together because I don't see how you could want to play without having structure in the midfield, both offensively and defensively. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I can't really answer that. But personally, I believe that the theory is if we overloaded the front line, we'd have an advantage attacking goal. The issue is that you can't just bypass a mid block. So what are we doing? Oh, here's the fucking piece of shit from Norway. This stupid little fucking cuck. Now he's here. Now the cuck is here to talk shit. It's called cold brew, you fucking dunce. Shut your mouth. You shut your fucking mouth. But big up, Wesley. Big up, buddy. Um, This is a little bit of the problem. Again, we try to overload the front and we try to overload the middle. We isolate our own wingers in attack. We don't occupy the center of the pitch in possession. We don't occupy the center of the pitch in our press. It's just poor all around. Big up, fake pundit. You think I'm bald? Yeah, I'm bald as fuck. I'm bald as fuck. Absolutely, Chris. I'm super bald. I have no hair on the top of my head. You're gonna have to take a step back and work on your burns because this is bad. Nowhere way. Come on. Come on. You could do better than that. You could get ChatGPT to write a better burn. Big up to you, but go back to the drawing board. Again, this is on the fucking manager. Misusing players is on the manager. I just don't like you knowing where my eyes are looking. That's all. Because I don't like people knowing where my eyes are looking. Simple. Again, I think that this is a cop out. I think this is that this is a cop out because last season we didn't need a DM. We didn't really play with a DM in the first half of last season. Our transition defense was fantastic because we always occupied the center of the pitch. You know, the rotational three in midfield always was in the middle. So in transition, we always either equaled or outnumbered the opposition, which gave us defensive security. You don't need a destroyer. And again, I don't think signing if we had Fabinho from back then, I don't think it solves anything. I don't think it solves much. I know, bro, it's peak. But listen, back to the original point. I keep fucking looking at the comments. I'm gonna have to ignore you for 2 or 3 minutes. Why is it that these players all cook in their own national teams? Well, because they're actually properly fucking used in the way that they should be, and they play in a coherent system that is designed to win football games. Ekitike was on fire, playing in ways that I haven't seen him play for Liverpool because he's not asked to play like that. Even apparently Kirkes did well. Soboslai always cooks for fucking Hungary. Connor Bradley's always fantastic. Robertson's decent for Scotland. Van Dijk is obviously a behemoth for fucking the Netherlands. So is Cody Gakpo. Salah's even decent for fucking Egypt right now. If we play the same style of football and we win the next 6 games, I won't be happy. No. Okay, helping is different than fixing. Those are 2 different things. Helping means I go from an F to a C. Fixing means I go from an F to an A. What's ale? Play ale. What do you mean? Yeah, of course, Krusty. Absolutely. Well, I don't know what. Do you think Ekitike can play ale? What's ale? It's like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. Listen. I am the big maybe. Let's put it this way. He was playing on the left for France and he was cooking. He was playing on the left, he was cooking. He was dropping deep to receive the ball to then carry it into the opposition half. He was attacking off the left-hand side of the pitch. He was working 1-2s with Mbappe, all from the left side. I think it could work. But again, guys, it's not just about who's on the left wing. It's about what is the structure around the left wing? What does our attack look like when the left wing is driving? Does he have options or is he isolated? He's isolated. If he's isolated, he's on his own. If he's on his own, he's fucked. I don't fucking know, dude. Of course he's in the 10, bro. Anyway, I want to get into what I actually want to fucking talk about. I'm just looking at Hugo Ekitike's goal. He was at the halfway line, started in a left wing position, drove all the way, passed to Mbappe, 1-2, bang. Just fuck off, bro. I can't believe that we can't get these fuckers to work together. This is what I saw. This is the, you want to know why I think pundits are fucking morons? And they should, like, the fact that these people get paid money to talk about this sport is a crime against humanity. Because of stupid ass shit like this. Arne Slot needs to take him out of the fire line. It's almost being detrimental to Liverpool. How about you shut the fuck up? How about that? How about you shut the fuck up? It's unfair to pile on Florian Wirtz for a slow start to life, and it will take time for him to come good. How about you shut the fuck up? How about it isn't Florian Wirtz's fault that he's not up to speed? How about 99% of his issues right now are the fact that he's isolated all the time? Never has options. No one's ever running off ball from him. If McAllister's on this pitch, McAllister is fucking invading his space. If he's playing on the left wing, he has a free role in the midfield. There's nowhere to be seen, so he can't get the ball. Is he incredible? No. Is he missing some opportunities to play in players? Yes. Could he have 7 or 8 assists if players had finished their chances? Yes. Could he have 3 or 4 goals if he had finished his chances? Yes. But the overarching issue is that he doesn't have any fucking help. And it is not his fault. It is not his fault. It is the system. If all of your players look like shit playing for you and look incredible playing for someone else, I got news for you, buddy. You are the fucking problem. Every day with you. Ekitike is very techie, not weak on duels, and is very tough. I don't know what you're talking about. He's also very quick. So I see so much coping right now. So much coping in this fan base to try to rationalize what's happening without actually admitting what's happening. And I love that every excuse that people give comes down to the players. We don't have the right players. Follow my logic. You don't have the right players to play a certain way. You know what? Let's use a metaphor. I'm telling you, I want you to build a house. But you don't have the right tools. You don't have the right materials. You don't have the right workers, right? But nonetheless, I tell you to build me my house. Is it going to be a good house without the right tools, without the right materials, and without the right workers? No. Not if you want to build the house your way. Now, if you told those guys, I want you to build a house, I'm not going to give you any of this stuff, you figure it out, that could be a little bit different. Because maybe they would be able to figure out how to play with each other, how to build with each other, right? The issue right now is that Arne Slot is asking them to do something that they're not capable of doing with what they have at hand. That is his fault. If your excuse is going to be we have misprofiled our players and we don't have certain types of players to play this way in the team, well, then why is the manager playing this way? That is his fault. That is his stupidity. You are basically, in so many words, you are saying the manager is an idiot without actually looking at the manager. You are making excuses for the manager now. At the end of the day, if you don't have the right guys to play the way that you want to play and you do it anyway, you're a fucking moron. And you got to go. It's that simple. And the fact that you can't see that is even crazier to me. How could you possibly analyze the game and come to these conclusions without blaming the manager? How could you look at Milos Kerkez dropping as a third center back and say, Kerkez is shit? What? How could you look at Dominic Soboslai playing as a right back and say, fuck, our right backs are shit? How could you look at Cody Gakpo playing as a left winger and say, Cody Gakpo's shit? Look at all the options he has. How could you look at what Florian Wirtz is being asked to do and say Florian Wirtz is shit? These guys are being put in positions to fail. And you know that because it's the same thing every week. There are no changes being made. And the one time that you did do changes, you did implement a change into the structure and style. They fucking killed it. And then you went back against City and you did the old one. Every manager in the history of the sport has to adapt to the players that they have. That's why Pep won 4 straight fucking Premier Leagues. You guys remember when John Stones basically played as a DM for half a fucking season? That's called an adjustment. I remember that. Again, tactical malleability. The number one trait of a successful manager. How tactically adept are you? All the fucking time, bro. He changes it all the time. All the time. Obviously, there are fundamentals that stay within. There are similarities and correlations between each system together. But he changes shit all the time to adapt to what he has available to him. What I see is a guy who keeps trying to fucking bang his head into the wall in hopes that it'll finally fucking break. You're taking the words right out of my mouth. I mean, listen, my obviously this is a facetious title. I don't give a fuck about transfers. I don't fucking care about transfers. I care about how the fuck are you going to fix what's happening right now? How are you going to fix what you have fucked? How are you going to actually play football? Please tell me. What are you going to do to take 700 million to fucking play ball? Hey, big up to you, Nems. Good to see you here, big guy. Anyway, I want to watch something. I saw this little clip. I haven't really watched the full thing, but I want to watch it and I want to go over it. Let's watch this. Hey, I'm doing about as well as I could be. A lot of our structural problems on the ball are because of a lack of specialist profiles. That is beyond cope. Consequences like Soboslai have to be Superman. Okay. A lack of specialist profiles. Fuck off. It's one of the main reasons why there is too much movement. There is not too much movement. There is no fucking movement. And overcommitment. There's overcommitment because there is no organization. Again, guys, the number one thing that you have to realize is Where do we concede most of our goals? Is it from sustained possession or is it from transition? Go ahead and type in the chat. Which one? We're going to go through this together. Let's follow this logic. Do we concede most of our goals from sustained possession or transition? Please. Go ahead. Hey, big up all the way from... Listen, I love saying Nigeria in a Nigerian accent, but the fact that I don't want to offend anybody. Big up, though. Big up. Okay. Transition. We got a lot of people who don't want to chat today. That's fine. Okay, so we've established that we concede most of our goals from transition. Now, when you concede something from transition, is your offensive structure your defensive structure? Yes or no? If it's a transition play, is your offensive structure your defensive structure? Yes or no? Let me know. Because if anyone says no, then we can have an argument. But is your offensive structure your defensive structure in transition? There we go. Nems, you're active. Okay. So we have come to the conclusion that we concede most of our goals against transition. We have conceded the fact that our defensive structure is what our offensive structure is. So, logically speaking, the offensive structure is the root to all of your defensive issues because these are the only chances that hurt you. And if we can agree that our offensive structure is ass cheeks, there's no movement, there's no fluidity, there's no organization, there's a donut hole in midfield. Do you see the proof in the pudding here? Do you see the problem? Do you see why I always say the way that we possess the ball is the root cause to everything that goes wrong? Of course, there's a truth to what everyone says in some element. All I'm saying is that the root cause is different. He's saying that the root cause is overcommitment. I'm saying that the root cause is your offensive structure is dog shit, and that forces you to overcommit. Guys, our whole midfield just vacates when we lose the ball. There's no fluidity. There's no organization. There's no structure. Our press is ass, but your press comes after you get fucking... You counter press after you get dispossessed in the opposition half. If that's bad, well, then your offensive structure was bad. It's not just too many players forward. It's where the players are. It's the fact that we vacate the middle of the pitch. It's the fact that we play a 3-1-0-0-0-0-0-6. There's all that room in the midfield. And if you play a team that's good at passing ball to feet, they'll easily bypass you. And City are the best at that. City didn't go long because they don't have to, but other teams will go long. Both of them hurt you. But against Madrid, we didn't have a wild goose chase press. We just pressed with 4, and the rest of the 6 stayed back and in the middle and covered their guys. Bayern Munich were pressing PSG man-to-man. I watched a lovely video on that. But anyway, let's take a look at what we have to hear here.
In build up at all. I think he would do the job well.
You know what? People sometimes get mistaken. They go onto these websites and see Kanate had a pass completion of 96%. But then if you dig deeper, that was a sideboard pass to Bradley most of the time because the way City were pressing. And more importantly, you just go watch whenever Liverpool in their little passive press, but when they decided to commit 1 or 2 people in the press, and I know I'm comparing it to Guardiola, who's brilliant coming into midfield. Go watch someone like Saliba, where they get pressed and they just drop a shoulder and come into midfield, and where the press is just ahead of the ball, and the space has opened up, especially when Liverpool do it, where Salah half-heartedly presses the left centre back. Someone like Guardiola comes into midfield and then it's a simple pass to the left back. That's what Liverpool don't have. So you don't have the passer, the guy who can pass into midfield, whether it's Kanate or Bradley. Whenever you...
Okay, I vehemently disagree with this. Asim is saying that we don't have a guy who can pass into the midfield. I'm saying that we don't have a midfield. Konate did do that against Real Madrid. He was slicing and dicing at the end of the game. So don't tell me that he can't do it. He also did it against City. The issue is that as Konate or whoever the center back is that moves forward, let's say Konate dropped the shoulder, got by Haaland, starts going forward. Well, guess what does the midfield do? The midfield just runs away from him. The midfield goes the other way. The midfield runs away. Like, guys, the issue is that the back line, if it bypasses the press, it moves forward. But the midfield, who's supposed to come here to then connect, goes this way. So technically speaking, the space between the back line and the midfield never gets tighter. It just continues to move. Do you understand what I'm saying? Konate, whenever he moves the ball up, or whoever the fuck it is, through the middle of the pitch, everyone runs away. What do Manchester City do? When they move up the pitch, 3 drop. They converge, and then they move forward as a unit. You need to be compact, especially when dealing with a team that is putting 5 in the middle. Number 1, the players don't drop to the ball. Number 2, the players aren't even fucking moving. Konate is not shit on the ball. He doesn't have fucking options. Why was Konate forced to the byline? Why was Bradley forced to the byline? Why was Robertson forced to the byline? Because City overloaded the middle. Why did City overload the middle? Because I've said it for fucking 10 fucking weeks. Because we don't drop our midfield into the middle. And when they are there, they don't fucking move. They just stand still. They aren't creating space. They aren't dragging defenders. They aren't making runs. They're just fucking walking. That means that they're just inept, not even in the fucking play. So then, of course, you have to go wide because at least these guys want to run with the ball. But when you're wide, you're now one-dimensional. If I'm on the touchline, I can't go right. If I'm on the right touchline, I can't go right. Everything has to go left. No matter what I do, it has to either go straight or to the left. I only have 2 fucking directions. Or I can go backwards. Make it 3. So, of course, City want to usher you there. And you think that City weren't watching the fucking footage and knowing all you got to do is leave 6 in the middle? So this idea that Konate is shit on the ball, fuck yourself. No, he's not. Neither is Van Dijk. Neither is Connor Bradley. Neither is Andrew Robertson. They just don't have options in the center of the park that are moving. And even when they do bypass someone, everyone runs away from them. So again, I still have to make a 40-yard pass just to progress the ball. Yeah, we concede a lot. This is cope. This is cope. This is cope. I watch the games over and over. I watch the spells of play over and over. I'm not saying that he's the greatest thing since fucking sliced bread, but to say that he's shit is ridiculous. If I had to give it a letter grade, I'd say Konate is like a B. He's like a B. He's not terrible. He's not the greatest thing I've ever seen. He's a B. If you take a B home to your parents, they ain't going to be mad. Are they going to be exceptionally proud? No. But are they going to be angry? Fuck no. No, they're not. They'll say you can do better, but they ain't going to look at you like you got like you're an F. No. Listen, if you want to say B minus, that's fine. You want to say B minus, that's fine. I don't think he's a B minus. I think he's a B. But we're talking about half a letter grade here. A third of a letter grade, actually. B minus, B plus. We're talking like we have like a small difference in how we view him. No, we simply don't have volume in the middle, period. We simply don't have a middle, period. There is no midfield. City were intelligent in their press, But guys, City understood that Liverpool won't attack the middle. This is what I'm trying to tell. If you've been watching me over the last 25 days, how many times before a game, please, any one of you, how many times before a game have I said, just put 5 in the middle and we're fucked? Please, someone tell me. To the people who have been watching me every single day for weeks, how many times have I said, all you have to do is put 5 in the middle and we won't know how to deal with it? How many? Have I said it every fucking day for the last month and a half? Okay. So if a small-brained American in Los Angeles, California, who's a dumb little Yankee can fucking figure that out, don't you think that the 6-time Premier League champion Pep Guardiola, the man who has only finished without a title in his league 4 fucking times in the last 15 years, can figure it out too? Please, is that a crazy assumption to make? Don't you think that Pep Guardiola would see that? How do you not see the consistency in what other teams do against us? How do you not see the lack of solid movement that we have? How do you not see the walking simulator? You don't want to know how we think of you in England, but big up. So, again, I don't think it's fair to look at City and say, look at this amazing job they did. No, I think you're giving City too much credit. I think you need to look at Crystal Palace and say, wow, look at this fucking job that Crystal Palace did and how every other fucking team has copied them. Since that game, everyone plays a mid-block up until the final moments when Liverpool just abandon everything and start freestyling, and then you have to sit in a low block. But everyone sits in the middle, 5 or 6 in the middle, mid-block, take away the middle. Liverpool don't operate in those spaces. They won't move in those spaces. They won't take advantage of those spaces, so it don't fucking matter. What I'm telling you is that I trust all of the players if they have options around them. If you have to drop 7 into our own half, drop 7. I don't care. The important thing, though, is that you have to get past the midway line. And in order to do that, you need to drop your midfield. To mention the fact that if there's more structure in the middle, well, then you're less defensively exposed. If one of the guys loses the ball, well, everyone's already set up in a position to get back and defend. This is why we looked great in the first half of last season, because that's what we did, and then he made changes. All these problems existed last season. All of them. Towards the end of the season, we could not build up for shit, so we were just forced to go long, and we looked like ass. The build-up is the most important part. Again, proper offensive structure leads to proper counter press. Let's continue.
Seen them manipulate a ball and come into midfield, because that's how you beat a press, where you with ball manipulation, or if you're a really good passer. And Bradley and Kanate, with all due respect, on a consistent basis, they just don't have it. And that's
not how you that's not how you bypass a press. That's how one guy bypasses a press. See, like, watch Man City. Watch the way that they get out of presses. What did they do to get out of the fucking press against us? Did one guy just drop a shoulder and ping a fucking 60-yard pass and say, Kabuya? No. They dropped motherfuckers and they played 1-2s. They got tight and compact and then they drove into space. Like, holy fucking shit. You want to know why Konate and Bradley look like ass? Because they're not Trent and they can't just ping a 60-yard pass. You're basically saying you want the whole back line to be Trent Alexander-Arnold and just hit fucking nukes and have those nukes be OD. Like, dude, one player doesn't fucking bypass presses and it didn't fucking work last season. So why the fuck do you think it's going to work this year? There's nothing new. We could not do it last year. We can't do it this year because we're fucking stupid and we think that one guy can beat 4. Fuck off. You want to know how you fucking bypass a press? You want to know how you fucking bypass a press? I'll fucking tell you how you bypass a press. I'll show you in the year 2025. How do we bypass a press? Okay, I'll happily fucking show you. Motherfucker's gonna sit here and act like that one guy just beats everything. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we fucking doing? Okay, hang on. I got an asinine amount of fucking bookmarks. I gotta keep going. You want to see how we bypass a fucking press? I'll show you how we bypass a press. This is how you fucking bypass a press. First off, look at how many fucking options he has. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 players all around each other. Oh, who's this big guy? Is that Ibrahima fucking Konate who can't fucking play? Wow, did you guys see how we were just able to bypass that press? Let's do it again. Let's bypass another press. What do you say, huh? Look at where Salah is. He's not defending. This is this season, by the way. This is in preseason. See how many fucking options everyone has? Then look, after like 5 or 6 passes, finally Sopasal gets the ball and then he plays it into space. That's how you fucking bypass a press. You don't bypass a press with one guy and say, hey, this one guy's got to be able to just boink. You bypass a press by compacting the structure, playing 1-2s, and then driving into space. You don't bypass a press by just dropping a shoulder, beating the one-on-one, and just pinging a 60-yard pass. What are we doing, dude? What the fuck are we doing?
That's why Liverpool, and then what happens is, and a lot of people are saying we don't have the structure. Someone said we have a donut type of structure. The reason why you see and people have these random graphic pictures, which is right, but you have to go to the root cause. Why is that happening? It's because we can't build up properly. Players like Gravenberch, players like Szoboszlai, players like Curtis Jones and McAllister have to be in no man's land or receive outside the block. So when Liverpool do move out into the second phase of play, people take a quick screenshot of that and say, who's in midfield? But the reason why they have to be there is because our lack of manipulation in the back line. So
no, I just disagree. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You see what he's doing? See what he's doing? He's talking about people like me who will take a screenshot and then show people what's going on. But how many times do I take a screenshot and then do I fucking go frame by frame and show you what the passage of play is? Guys, when we do these post-game analyses, do I just show you the one shot or do I play the fucking passage of play out? Which one do I do? Do I play the whole passage of play out to the best of my abilities without breaking copyright? Yes or no? Or do I just show you a screenshot and then do I just turn it off? You're like, the amount of coke here is crazy. It's crazy. Brother. We have a donut hole in midfield. Manipulation on the ball in the back line doesn't fucking mean anything. There are no players on planet Earth who just, like, name a single center back who consistently in a winning team just drops his shoulder, runs into space, and pings a 40-yard pass. Like, what are we doing? It is so against fundamental fucking football. Your double pivot is supposed to be in the center of the park. If you play a single pivot, then your single pivot should be in the center circle. If you watch Arsenal, Zubamendi does not leave that fucking circle. There has to be a connector. And the connector has to make it easy for the ball to get from the back line to the front line. What Asim is describing is that Konate needs to be the one that connects it from him to the front line. That's the core issue here. That's the core issue. I did today. The core issue is that you're asking Konate to connect the back line to the front line, and you're saying, I don't need the midfield. That's fucking stupid. That's flat out dumb. You need the midfield to connect the back line to the front line. You need the midfield to protect the back line from the front line in defensive transition. The midfield is never in midfield. And when they are in midfield, they're not moving. In that City game, I noticed that Assam took a screenshot. Give me a second. Let me go to it. Find it. Hold on. God damn it. What the fuck is this? Fucking whore. What the fuck it is? How do I go to the fucking tweet that I replied to? Oh, here we go. Okay. Hang on. Let's do this. I have to pull up the game now so that we can go to it. I'm setting this up. Give me a second, people. Mind your patience, please. Mind your patience, please. All right. This was at 1450. Let's go to 1450. So, the issue here bro, the midfield and the nines have a circle jerk. And they just walk. Okay, so this was the original tweet. Basically, me and Assam got into it a little bit during the Civil War because I said that we weren't dropping enough players, right? Now, in this video, you can see that we did, in this screenshot, you can see that we did drop players, right? So you got Konate, you got Virgil, you got Four, and you got City occupying the middle. Okay, so to the eye right now, this looks like we've dropped a lot of guys, and our buildup is going to be good. But if we actually watch what's going to transpire, and I just want you to watch what will transpire. Now, okay, listen. I'm going to have to do this strategically without breaking copyright. Okay. So, oh, fuck. I already fucked it. Hang on. I got to turn this off so that I can do it without breaking copyright. Mamardashvili has the ball. Hang on. Ready? Just watch what everyone's doing. Five seconds have passed. Not anyone has moved a single fucking inch. 5 seconds have gone by, and not a single person has moved. You're right. We dropped guys. They're doing a hell of a lot. Absolutely. 100%. Yup. That works. Did anyone notice that City didn't have to fucking move an inch? Sure. No one's moving. Konate gets the ball. Konate has it. Check it out. What happens? Konate gets the ball. Foden presses. Bradley's going to get the ball. I know, finish the play, but I can't fucking get copyrighted. Konate has to pass the ball to Connor Bradley. Now look at the picture that Connor Bradley is in. Now look at how Liverpool had zero movement, zero plan, put the ball on the touchline, and completely isolated a player into essentially a 3v1. There is a man There's Doku in between Bradley and Gravenberch. Gravenberch has Nico Gonzalez right fucking behind him. Ronaldo Silva's in the middle. Phil Foden's up there. Does that look like decent buildup? Does that look like any of the other players were even effective? That any other players were even doing anything in the half? Then let me show you what happens. Connor Bradley plays it to Gravenberch, and then Gravenberch immediately gets pressed by Gvardiol. And all of a sudden, the ball is now lost. Goes out for a throw-in. It was a City throw-in, by the way. So basically, this original picture did nothing, did nothing, did nothing, did nothing, did nothing, did nothing, did nothing. Gives the ball to Konate. No one's fucking moving for 10 seconds. Konate then has to move because Foden is pressing him now. No one is moving. There are no options. Gives it to Connor Bradley because he's the only one that's fucking moving. Connor Bradley moves up. Gravenberch has to come over here. But guess what? No one was moving before. No one was moving except for the City players. So not only did we move the ball with low pace, we only brought 3 guys into the play, and we lost a duel. Hey, big up Ends. Everyone, go subscribe to Football with Ends. Big up. So again, you conveniently decided to pull a screenshot that matches your narrative, but you didn't want to play out what happened in the screenshot that you decided to pull out for your narrative. You think that this structure works. Okay. But what happens when no one fucking moves and only 2 players are making any sort of effort to get the ball into the second phase of play? You see, I can do it too. You want to sit here and say that certain fans take convenient screenshots and they don't fucking play things out for people, but then you take a very convenient screenshot and you don't fucking play it out. Again, I think a lot of the analysis that people are having is pigeonholed. It's bias. It's all with the agenda of trying to save the manager. I don't give a fuck about the manager. If you win for me, I love you. If you lose for me, fuck you. That's the way sports work. If you think that's cold or callous, find another fucking interest. Go watch fucking Teletubbies where everyone's love and it's all peace. The explanation that I just heard is that I don't have guys that can beat 3 men on their own and ping a 60-yard pass. I do like how he brought up root causes, though. He just didn't talk about the root causes. Because the ultimate root cause in the difficulty that this team has is movement. If you held a gun to my head and you said, I need one word to describe Liverpool, I would say complacency. There is no off-ball movement. There are no 1-2s. There are no triangles. Everyone walks. Everyone's lazy. Everyone's lethargic. Even the pace of the pass is lethargic. We don't create anything for ourselves. We have 11 guys. We have 10 outfield players that are waiting for the game to come to them. And then when the game does, they're like, oh, fuck, what do I do? Because everyone else is just waiting for the game to come to them. Here's the thing. We in possession, we drop to a 3 at the back. You're asking great questions. I don't know. I don't know why we run a 3-1-0-0-6. I don't know why the front 5 just fucking sits around. I don't know why whenever Cody Gakpo has the ball, there's 4 guys in the center circle doing nothing, all occupying the same zone. I don't know why Cody Gakpo doesn't have any immediate help. I don't know why Cody Gakpo is always in a 1v3 situation. I don't know why Mohamed Salah is being treated like he's fucking Semenyo and can just beat you to the byline. Guys, the root cause is that there is no energy. There is no movement. Our players are all perfectly fucking capable. We do not have shit players. If you're going to sit here and tell me that Arne Slot has credit in the bank because he won the Premier League, well, then every fucking player on this team has an infinite credit in the bank because they won the fucking Premier League. But now you want to turn on a dime and say they're all shit and they're not good enough to play in this system. Fuck you, you fucking moron. You use the logic in one sense to defend the manager, and you dispel the logic in the other sense to look at the fucking players. How could you say Slot won me the league, he has credit in the bank, but the guys who physically were on the fucking pitch, physically winning the league, don't have the credit in the bank? How does that work? How does that work? Someone please tell me, how does that work? Is my logic off? Am I thinking about it wrong? How do you possibly come to that conclusion, but then shit on the players? Who won the league for Arne Slot? These players. So these players have credit, yes or no? If you want to use that fucking logic. These players are being asked to play in a system that fucks them. Again, go back to what I've been saying for weeks. You know what? I'm going to go back. Hold on. Let me go back to a video I made. Give me a second. Hang on. All right. September 30th, 2025. I streamed. I do a video called Has Slot Lost the Plot? October 6th, I do a video. Arne Slot is the problem and solution. October 7th, LFC Myths Breakdown. After the Manchester United game. No, I'm sorry. Right before the Manchester United game, October 17th, I do a video called Why Are We Talking Transfers? A month later, I'm sitting here doing a fucking thing saying, yes, Arne, Semenyo will save us. I mean, how have people not been able to come to the conclusion themselves that Arne Slot is the problem? I don't understand. How can you sit here and blame players if you know that they're not playing in the right system? You see, this is the thing. To all the Slot inners, I know that deep down, they know that this system isn't a title-winning system. I know they know it. I know they know it. Any of them that have brain cells, I know that deep down they know it, but they don't want to say it. They don't want to put it out there in the public. They don't want to say that they know that this system isn't winning shit. Because to say that would be to question the integrity of Arne Slot. And to do that means that you think you know more. Guess what, buddy? I do think I know more. And I'm not afraid to say that. Because I think it's pretty fucking obvious. I don't think it takes a genius to see what's going wrong with this football club. I don't think it takes a genius to be able to analyze our games. Someone said it before. Drip, you're having a fucking, like, you're having an absolute generational day today. They're ball watchers. You took the words right out of my fucking mouth. They don't watch the game, they watch the ball. How many times have I sat here and I've asked you before a game, what do I always say? When we do a preview to a game, what do I always say at the very end? What do I consistently always ask you to do? Before every game, at the end of the stream, before every single game, what do I ask? I ask you, please take 10 minutes and don't watch the ball. Take 10 minutes and stop looking at the ball. And you will see everything. Exactly. See, drip is generational right now. Don't watch the ball. Take 10 minutes and don't watch the ball. It's a movie quote, Logic. It's a movie quote, all right? Gakpo only missed one sitter against United. I have an 8-ball, and I can go back to the summer. What would I say to them? Well, number one, I'm looking back at this Isak signing, and I'm not exactly confident. But again, I don't think that the bringing in of players made any difference. Yeah, the header was the only real sitter that he missed. I basically just I would ask Arne Slot, why the fuck don't you want to play with a midfield? Simple. Why don't you want to play with a midfield? Also, if I could do one thing, I'd actually pay Luis Diaz the money that he deserved. He was on less than 100 grand a week. No shit, he left. And now he's looking like a fucking Ballon d'Or winner. The dude is fucking killing it. Absolutely. Hey, listen, we could talk about movies all you want. He's absolutely fucking killing it. And listen, Luis Diaz helped with dealing with the press because he would drop back and carry the ball. But we didn't want to pay the man, and that's why he wanted to leave. I don't care what anyone tells you. He was on pennies, and we didn't want to pay him. So we sold him to Bayern Munich because we refused to pay him. That's the way I view it. Until someone writes a book about it, I won't know for sure. Sorry, I had to take that out. So that's just the way I see it. That's the way I see things. Guys, I think that there are an infinite amount of parallels between the way that Man City play and the way that Arne Slot wants to play. The differences are Man City's midfield actually drops back in build-up, and Man City's wingers are actual 1v1 technical gods. Even if their end product isn't fantastic, they get into dangerous positions. And the more often you get into dangerous positions, the higher probability you have of scoring. Gakpo and Salah just don't get into dangerous positions enough. High percentage positions enough, I should say. You know, we want to look at data analytics. Well, the data analytics will tell you that the chances that we had against Aston Villa were not high probability. So they were actually errors. I don't want to do this whole, revisionism. Yeah, and they also have the greatest fucking striker in the history of the Premier League right now. If things continue at this rate, Haaland will be the best striker to ever play in England. And he's also improving all the other aspects of his game. And he's fucking awesome. Bro, I'm sorry. I love Erling Haaland. His YouTube channel, I don't know if you guys have seen, he just created a YouTube channel. I think he has like 2 videos. The dude is like the chillest, coolest motherfucker on the planet. How the fuck could you hate this guy? Bro, he goes to local farms. He grabs steaks, fucking fresh raw honey and raw milk, and just chills with his girlfriend. How the fuck could you hate this guy? He's so dope. He's just the chillest dude on the fucking planet who happens to be the biggest killer on earth. Awesome dude. He's the man. We play like we don't want to play, like when I look at Liverpool and I look at our off-ball movement, like I just see a bunch of guys who don't want to be on the football pitch. I see guys who don't want to be there. I see guys who don't want to play. I see guys who just don't want to put any effort into the game. They want the game to come to them. He's just a chill ass dude. No ego, no bullshit, no scandals. I don't really care about tattoos or earrings or any of that shit. He just wants to play ball and he wants to be healthy. He just wants to be the best version of himself. And the best version of himself is a striker. So he wants to be the best striker on the planet. Ekitike is a fucking Ekitike could be one of the best strikers in the world. I'm just gonna put that out there. The dude has an infinite ceiling. And Isak just can't get on the pitch. And even when Isak does get on the pitch, we can't get him the ball. And we can't get him the ball because we don't play with a fucking midfield. So problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. Problem after problem after problem after problem. Goal or victory? I haven't seen this Michael Caine film. I've never seen Victory. Yeah, I've never watched this movie before. I'll tell you what's a sneaky good one. That one with Michael Sheen where he plays the Leeds coach. Give me a second. Michael Sheen football. The Damned United. That one's pretty good. I think that's just like a solid drama, you know, about Leeds. Haaland has only been caught offside like 17 times or 18 times, I think, for his career at City. Hey, Kicking and Screaming is another really good one. What the fuck was the kid's name? Bro, I like all movies. I like all movies. Kicking and Screaming. Byung Sun. Byung Sun. Yes. Right? That wasn't that his name? Byung Sun? Yeah, Byung Sun. Bro, he's awesome. Great movie. Great, great, great funny movie. Will Ferrell's just a fucking man. The stupid ass fucking tiger outfit. Robert Duvall's in it too. Just a great movie all around. But either way, listen, I don't think that you can watch this football team without watching the ball and think that there is anything that new players can add. If you just look at energy alone, if you just look at off-ball movement, if you just watch at everyone who isn't involved in the play and what they do, for one game, I would say, you know what, it's on the players. But if it's every single game, it's got to be something different. And I even saw glimpses of it against Real Madrid. I saw glimpses of it against Aston Villa. I think it all compounds, you know? If there's no effort and there's no desire and there's no energy, it all compounds. And I think that lack of intensity that Arne Slot brings, that's what's doing it. I mean, I think that there's a massive mental issue at the football club with this man at the helm. I don't think that he promotes intensity. I don't think that he promotes a winning desire. I think he promotes complacency and averageness, you know? I think that he promotes garbage. The lack of intensity in his post-game, press conferences, the lack of intensity that I see in training, the lack of intensity that I see on the pitch, the lack of desire and want, the lack of effort, that has been a root problem every game this season, and it has been a constant, which means that I don't think that it's a problem for Arne Slot, which I have a massive problem with. Intensity helps you with the fine margins. Yes, it does, Drip. Which would you pick your favorite basketball team, final or Liverpool? I would 100% go to Anfield. I wouldn't go right now because we suck ass, but I want to go for sure. And I'd rather see Liverpool in a Champions League final than see the Knicks in a NBA final. Listen, I just think that Arne Slot is a fucking arrogant, egotistical piece of shit who thinks that he's smarter than everyone else. I think that he thinks that these players are better than they ever could possibly be. I think he thinks that all these players are Superman, you know? I don't think that he respects the English game. I think he thinks he's above it. I think that he thinks that he's smarter. And that's why you don't see any changes. That's why you see the same thing, because he's going to try it until it works. Southampton was the game that really changed my mind. I was so vehemently negative after that game, and then I got into it with Lex on Hussam's show, and then we lost to Crystal Palace, and we lost another 3 straight games, and I was proven right, unfortunately. Are you just naming Will Smith movies? No. No. I've never been to Liverpool. Bro, I live in LA. It's a 10-hour flight. You think I'm going to get on a 10-hour flight just to go to a fucking parade? No way. Bro, Prime Pele couldn't fucking save us. Dude, if you took the greatest team of all time, if you took the world's greatest 11 and you asked them to play with this energy, this style, this structure, and this system, we would still lose. Or I should say, I don't think we would win the league. I don't know what the fuck the man thinks. All I know is he doesn't think with logic. And you wonder why I say I don't like the Dutch. Okay, but here's the problem. He wants the guys to just stand in certain positions and not move. That doesn't work in any league. Again, look at how we are in our progressive play in the opposition half. Everyone just stands and they don't move. They just stay still and they just wait. That ain't gonna fucking cut it in any league. So you mean the 8th? Because there's 7 deadly sins. So. Or are you saying the 6th deadly sin is our manager? Which one is the 6th? There's sloth, gluttony, lust, greed. Not a Christian. What the fuck are what are the rest? Oh, sloth. So you're talking about sloth. Okay. I hear you. Yeah, there's envy. Okay, but you're talking about sloth. All right. I understand. I understand what you're saying. I just didn't know what the order was. I don't think it's written as pride, though. Isn't pride envy? I had a whole joke concept for how I think that the 7 deadly sins are really the perfect parameter for slavery, but that's a whole different topic. Again, believe what you want to believe, people. Austin Powers, brother. I have seen the F1 film. I saw it in theaters. Shitty film, really cool effects. Like the sound was awesome and the effects were awesome, but it's not a good movie story-wise. No, I did not see the Poland goal. Should I? Let me see if Twitter has it. Goal. Who scored? I love how it's like half the comment messages. Van Dijk cannot stop Poland. Can I see it? Come on, motherfucker. Let me see it. How the hell are these already like media not available? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Van Dijk. Bro, this looks a lot like Liverpool, though. I mean, donut hole in midfield. Kaminsky just fucking carries, plays a 1-2, and Van Dijk is all by himself because the other center back stepped. That's not on Van Dijk, bro. That's just a shit goal. That looked a lot like a goal that Liverpool would concede. Not gonna lie. Brother, the guy had a step on him. But to answer your question, yes, I just looked at it. I don't think I could drive a race car. I don't think I'd be comfortable going 200 miles an hour. All I would think about is don't crash, which would inevitably lead me to crashing. Really? Germany is drawing to Luxembourg? But it's halftime. How are you gonna say that, bro? It's fucking halftime. Ah, dude, look at the state of Germany's starting 11. Gnabry and Sané in 2025. Gnabry and Sané in 2025. Jesus Christ. I hope you're good, buddy. You're right. We need to spend more money. Shawarma or biryani? Biryani. Biryani rice is delicious. Oh. What do you mean, bro? Someone get Wirtz, Sané, and Goretzka off my screen. My eyes are bleeding. Pretty funny. My favorite non-Liverpool player to watch. My favorite non-Liverpool player. Lamine is fun to watch. Mbappe is fun to watch. Haaland's awesome to watch. Yeah. Hey, Biryani's fire rice, bro. Yeah, but he's not playing right now. This version of KDB is bleh. He's old. What do you mean Howard Webb's in court next week? That means, what do you mean? Howard Webb. Court. Oh, he's doing court. Oh, for the WSL referee. Well, that has nothing to do with the Premier League. Listen, Howard Webb's a fucking moron. So, what are you gonna do? He's a fucking idiot. The whole PGMOL are fucking idiots. They have absolutely no idea. There is no consistency in any rulings. It's whatever the discretion of the referee is on the day. The way that rules are written aren't detailed enough. It's terrible. Who would make your all-time Premier League Liverpool team? Premier League era. Fuck, I don't know. I mean, because half the Premier League era, I wasn't really watching the sport. I'll tell you who I think should definitely be in there, but I can't name all of it. Virgil obviously has to be in there. Alisson has to be in there. Salah has to be in there. Mane has to be in there. Gerrard has to be in there. Suarez has to be in there. Front three of Suarez, Salah, Mane. Gerrard's got to be in the midfield. I think Robbo has to be our left back. And as much as I hate to say it, Trent has to be our right back. It's got to be Virgil and Matip. Virgil and Matip. I know Matip's a crazy shout, but I loved the guy. Fabinho has to be in that midfield. So Fabinho, Gerrard, Who's the 10? Who's the 10? Yeah, bro. Bro, Virgil and Matip were the best back two we had in the Premier League era. Shit, should I just go with a fucking insane midfield of Gerrard, Fabinho, and Jordan Henderson? Nah, that's just gonna piss off everybody. Yeah, Coutinho, Gerrard, Fabinho, Mane, Suarez, Salah, Robbo, Matip, Virgil, Trent, Allison. That's what I would do. It has to be the majority of Jurgen Klopp's team because that is the best Premier League side that we've ever had by a fucking country mile. So, again, we're saying Premier League. Premier League. I'm sorry. Matip's my boy. And Matip helped me win a Champions League final. He assisted Divock Origi. And Coutinho was just class. And Suarez, Suarez was nuts. Just checking my phone here. Hey, we hit 5,000 hours of watch time. Big up to the people who've been watching. 5,000 hours of watch time in a month. It's pretty decent. I don't need to. Bro, how about the fucking Coutinho goal versus Sunderland, was it? Exactly. And the Champions League final. Oh, wasn't that fucking crazy? Give me a second. Let me YouTube this myself. Coutinho v Sunderland. What the fuck was that? Wait, hold on. It wasn't Sunderland. What was who did he score against? Coutinho. Oh, you're right. It was Stoke. My bad. You want to know why I said Sunderland? Because Stoke had the same fucking jerseys as Sunderland. It was the 85th minute screamer. Yeah. They just look like the same jersey. Or was it Southampton? Yeah, Southampton, the fucking bar down screamer. Bro, Southampton and Sunderland and Stokes jerseys are all the fucking same. And this shit happened 10 years ago. I remember watching that now. I'm just being like, holy shit. Adam Lallana. Remember Lallana? God, our team used to be so shit. Haaland's the man. I love Erling Haaland. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up there. An hour and a half in. I got to go do other shit. Either way, guys, think for yourself. You know, this is just my opinion on what's going wrong at the club. Listen to other people's opinion. Come up with your own conclusions. But please don't view it biasly. Always ask yourself why. And when you're listening to people who are defending Arne Slot, just ask, is this actually defending him or is this coping? Is this coping to just not say the word Slot out? Because every excuse I'm hearing is just telling me why the manager is doing something wrong. But big up. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Friday. We'll see if we're back this weekend. We got UFC 322 tomorrow. That's going to be awesome. Let's hope JDM can beat Islam Makhachev. And yeah, one more week of international break, and then we just got to get wiped by Nottingham Forest. So either way, enjoy the rest of your Friday. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate you guys being here. big up yourselves, and I'll catch you the next time. But hang on. Let's do our favorite clips. Oh wow, Hussam versus Grizz. Oh my god. Hussam versus Grizz. Bro, I think that Grizz has somehow made a living saying absolutely fucking nothing about the football club. I think that if there's anyone that I could personally point to on this platform who genuinely just says nothing while saying a lot of words, it's Grizz. I remember I used to go on his call-in shows and I would bring up great points and I would argue with him and he would just not answer and basically say, you're being negative, you know, and then he would be condescending and then he would just end it there. And I'd read the chat and I'd be like, everyone's like, what the fuck is Grizz waffling about? And then it got to the point where I'd call in and I'd just somehow not get called on. You know, he'd bring up some convenient fucking excuse like, sorry guys, we're going to end it there. Sorry guys, we're going to end it there. You're the last caller. So yeah, pure fucking waffle. And on that Civil War, didn't say anything about what's going on at the football club. And just crazy to me. So I don't know what the fuck that show between Hussam and Grizz is going to be. The whole premise of me going live is to rant. Big up JW. You just paid for this coffee. Big up, guy. Big up. I appreciate you. But anyway, pure fucking waffle out of that guy. You want to know what's not waffle? POV, I'm an Arne slot inner.
Would you mind loaning me some of your lipstick, Mom? Because I want to at least look pretty the next time you decide to f me.
That's how I feel talking to any of these people trying to defend Arne slot. And as always, we will end it with our clip. With our favorite clip.
All right, gold member. Don't play the laughing boy. There are only two things I can't stand in this world. People who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch.
What?
Can't stand him. I know, bro. Either speak with substance or shut the fuck up. You know, that's kind of like the point that I'm at. I don't want to hear your bullshit. And I'm not going to fucking listen to bullshit. And if you get angry at that and you get into an argument with me over it, you're fucked because you have nothing to stand on. Exactly. And all the slot inners left before any of the real slot, the heavy hitting slot outers could say anything. So anyway, big up people. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. I'm out of here. See ya. Deuces.